feeling very insecure because I wasn't a true San Pedran. Okay, and I was meeting all the true San Pedrans, like Annette Sikatich, who is my best friend, and my sister, who taught for me at the school. People like that who were saying, you know, no, you're not really a true San Pedran, even though you've been principal here and you're learning all about the community and you're very dedicated to the community. She said, the best way for you to become a true San Pedran is to run for honorary mayor. And then, so funny, somebody else from the chamber called, I didn't even know who it was, and said, you should put your name in for honorary mayor. And so I had to figure out what this was, you know. And I do remember, I think, you know, some of the neat older gentlemen that were honorary mayors before me, and it was a different kind of thing until I ran, because I decided I was going to turn it into a real working, not for money, but I mean a real working kind of position, have a theme, have a dedicated goal. And so Annette became my campaign manager, and of course I mentioned her because she's truly a true San Pedran. She pulled together a whole bunch of true San Pedrans, and we pulled together a committee and we talked about it. This was before I even filed my paperwork to see if they thought I had a viable chance of winning, number one, and number two, if I really, you know, was hitting the target on having an outside-the-box approach to it. And it wasn't a huge, big group, but it was. I wanted to hear that before I did it, because I wanted it to be real. I wanted it to be a real benefit to the community. I didn't really need to be honorary mayor. So anyway, we did, and I said, well, my biggest concern about this community, now that I'm getting to know it and working in it and teaching in it, are the teenagers. I said, people love to give money to and help all the little cute kids in elementary school. You know, they don't usually have a hard time raising money or doing things for those kids. It's the teenagers, I think, that a lot of the community are a little afraid of. Not that there's anything wrong with them, but teenagers can be very intimidating. Anybody who's a parent and has raised them can tell you that. And they're good, but they're just, you know, they're teenagers. So I wanted to focus on that, and I knew we had a lot of teenagers in this community who were lost in many ways. And I was a good friend of Mike Lansing at the Boys and Girls Club, and I actually had been on their board, and we knew the issues, and that's when the first teen center was founded at the Boys and Girls Club. And so that was my theme, and we went out and told everybody. We got a lot of teens involved with the campaign. I did decide to run. So we treated it like a real campaign. And we did all kinds of things. And I had a great committee. We had a great committee of people from San Pedro. And raised money and had all kinds of crazy events that I'll never forget. I'll just tell you one funny. There were a lot of funny ones. We decided that I would I had a big hat with red feathers all over it, and I was going to be, my own personal theme was I can be bought. So I wore this outfit with, you know, the black nylons and the whole deal. And Annette's son, Nicky, wanted to drive me in a convertible. So I sat in the back, and Nicky became my bodyguard. And I remember we came down with all kinds of fanfare, driving up to the Warner Grand for the grand event where they introduced the three candidates. It was so much fun. I mean, we just had a great time. And then I had dollar bills pinned all over the hat, you know. And we just had a great time. We decided that the cause was worth it, but it was more important that we got the word out, because you get a lot out when you're running, even if you don't win. And that winning, that would be nice, but it wasn't going to be the end of the world if it didn't happen. So have a good time. So we did. We had a lot of events, and we did win.